and welcome to Sequoyah, a Star Trek Adventures actual play featuring this Fantasy Grounds virtual tabletop powered by Nerd Eye Industries. Disclaimer, this is very much a beginner game, meaning that some of the players are new to Star Trek, they're new to the 2D20 system, Fantasy Grounds, or all of that. So there will be some instructions during gameplay, and there will be mistakes made. This is an interactive game, so if you're watching this live, join our chat on the Twitch chat channel, and you can interact with the cast as we are playing the game, as well as directly affecting the game. For 50 bits, you can give the group one momentum, that is one momentum over the cap. So if they're already at 6 and you give them momentum, they can actually retain that as opposed to having to discard it. Technically, you can give the GM threat as well, and if you do that, you'll be my best friend, but the players may not like you so much. In an effort to keep this as correct as possible, it is encouraged for those watching to point out any GM rule errors, and I will make the adjustment right away, and then also reduce my threat pool by 1 as payment for having screwed up. Now let's go ahead and get reacquainted with the players and the player characters, and we'll go as usual in rank order. So we will start with Commander Mers.
Hi, my name's Rihanna. I'm DIY Ferret on Like Everything, and I'm playing Commander Kujera Mers, who is a Trill first officer, not Hatsune Miku. I'm dressed as Hatsune Miku for Halloween because this is our Halloween episode. Also, I should make super note, Kujera is not dressed as Hatsune Miku either this episode. No, he will have a different costume, but in the spirit of Halloween, I am Hatsune Miku.
Okay. And we are without Dr. Davis. Dr. Davis is working on her research for this episode, so Leslie is not going to be with us for this one, so Dr. Davis is going to be busy. She's entirely too busy to deal with what's going to be happening in this episode. So we will move on to Lieutenant Salt.
I'm next in line. Ooh,
that's right.
Scary. My name is Morgan. You can find me on Twitter at ThistleRaven. I'm playing Lieutenant Gideon Salt, our engineering whiz. And to honor the space cowboys that have come prior to us and the computer nerds, I am playing Radical Edward from Cowboy Bebop. That's Gideon's costume.
All right. And then last but not least, we have Lieutenant Carmichael.
Hi, I'm Brittany, playing Lieutenant Carmichael. Frankie is a science officer, fresh out of the Starfleet Academy, and learning a lot along the way. Who knew you could learn so much outside of the Academy? I didn't know. I am dressed as a unicorn. I think Frankie is also, I didn't think about this, but I think Frankie is also dressed as a unicorn, which I will probably roleplay why later.
Is it one of those like really comfy kigurumi type like pajama unicorns?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Like she could just crawl into bed.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All righty. So now that we've done that, we will begin this episode as we generally do with new stories, and that is with a Captain's Log. Captain's Log, stardate 5928.10. Several of the Sequoyah crew are taking some much-needed R&R at Starbase 21. Though there were closer starbases that would have been perfectly capable to accommodate, Starbase 21 is of particular interest to me on a personal level. Commander Yesh is a legend amongst my former brethren at the Academy, and hosts the best Halloween parties in the Federation. It is by invitation only, very exclusive. I was able to convince Yesh to extend mine beyond the typical +1, and invited my senior staff to accompany me. Unfortunately, Commander Grayson was invited to speak at the Academy and volunteered Lieutenant Salt to go in his stead. And Commander Sivak has been given temporary command of the Sequoyah, sending Lieutenant Carmichael. So, we are starting in Starbase 21. Let me switch our views here real quick.
All right, Fantasy Grounds.
Yay, Fantasy Grounds. Alrighty. Okay, so we are starting at Starbase 21, and I will show that to everyone as you are arriving at you are at Starbase 21, and you are met coming out of you've already had your like meeting with the department heads and things like that, and you were essentially told this is what's going to happen. So let's go ahead and have a little bit of that as you're waiting to exit the Sequoyah onto the Starbase. You're standing there, the captain's standing there with you, and the Sivak is Commander Sivak is standing there and looks at Commander Mers, like almost like apologetically, like, you know, as much as a Vulcan can apologize with their eyes, and then looks at the captain and says, "Captain, I intend on running those scenarios and diagnostics while you're away." And he's like, "Sivak, it's supposed to be leave time, right? You don't have to do these things. Do something that you enjoy." And his eyebrow goes up and he goes, "But Captain, that is what I enjoy." And he's like, "Whatever. The ship is yours. Have a good time." And Sivak turns and walks away, and he Captain looks at the rest of you and is like, "So have we decided what we're going to dress up as this time? Because whatever you guys did at the last the ship Halloween party, I mean, that was atrocious. So I'm expecting top notch. Now, Yesh is okay. Look, if there's a hierarchy of like influential people in social circles, Yesh is like right up there. So we need to really bring our A game for this."
Okay, well, considering I'm still not very familiar with your Earth holiday, I do want to reiterate that last year's costumes that you chose for you and me, Captain, I still question your decision in the, what was it, the folkloric heroes, the
Batman and Robin. Yes,
the Bat and the Birdman. Yes, I didn't like it.
And he starts doing something with his hands, like up and down.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that either. But I just really hope, because again, I gave you this trust, I really hope you chose a costume this year that is not so revealing to me. Because that was a lot of leg, and I was very...
Robin wears very small shorts. That's the rule.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't understand how your folk heroes can fight with such legs showing, but I understand that is the costume, yes.
It's range of motion. That's all it's in. I mean, you've seen gymnasts, right?
They're not fighting.
Well, that's true.
Have you ever seen a Klingon with that much leg?
No, I can't say that I have.
No, it's fine.
I would imagine. They say the ancient Greek wrestlers, they used to wrestle in the nude. That's a lot of leg. Salt, back me up here.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. There was a certain amount of nudity.
In Earth culture.
Yeah, in Earth culture, I would say overall, the Orions get a reputation for being kind of the horn dogs of the universe, but we really have nothing on humans.
Yeah. Anyway.
On the bright side, though, Commander, you do have a good set of gams, so, paid off.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, I would say that the two of you, considering that this is your holiday as well, wear whatever costumes you most feel comfortable in.
But they better not suck.
Okay.
All right, so just follow your the computer has set up your rooms for the night, your lodging. So just we'll have an inspection at 1700 hours. I'll meet you in our common area before we go to the party.
Okay.
All right, Mers, you're with me, and just kind of moseys off. Let's get the captain's picture up for everybody.
He'll hang back a little bit, and he'll apologetically look at the two and be like, I don't know how much you saw of him last year, but he does take this holiday very seriously.
I've been on the ship for a couple of years. Unfortunately, Frankie, this is an intense thing for the captain.
Yes.
I wasn't here last year.
Yeah.
I also have never really been to a party like this before.
For
So-
this holiday?
No, just a party. Full stop.
That's
Full stop.
okay. I wasn't invited to many parties growing up either. We can stick together and be party pals.
Okay.
Well, one of the benefits of this party is that I've seen many of the guests just completely disguise themselves with masks. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, you could always go that route. Just hide your face. I can't, but if the option was available to me, I might consider it.
Oh, so I could just completely go unnoticed and just kind of slink okay. Is there gonna be
If you prefer
candy?
it.
That's the thing. That's the Halloween thing. Is the candy part? Is that? I've never had a holiday in space. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Well, there'll be plenty of food and a lot of synthol, and whatever you can't find, I'm sure the replicators will be able to handle for you.
okay. Frankie is getting visibly more excited as she thinks about the fact that this is actually her first party and maybe it'll be fun. It's changing between terrified and excited.
But he'll see how far the captain has gone. He's like, I'll see you in a bit. Try to have fun. And he'll run off to catch up.
All right, so let's go ahead and unless you have something else you want to do while you're preparing and things like that, we will skip right ahead to the moment when you meet in your common area before you go to the
Okay.
go to the
I'll
party.
request whatever costumes we have. I hope no one has to wear a wig because wigs suck. I'm dealing with that right now.
I just put in the chat that I just loosened them, but these are cheap Amazon goggles, and the hard plastic in between is digging into my forehead so much.
Oof.
I was like, I'm gonna have a dent. I loosened them though; it's a little bit better.
So the only thing that Gideon wants to do is go check in with Jan about the idea that Gideon has for Halloween. So
Okay.
as part of Jan's continuing education about things and critical space type media, we have watched Cowboy Bebop. It's a classic. So I'm going to ask Jan if they can tweak their holograph form and be my buddy at the party.
I do not understand what a bebop is.
No, remember we watched the show. I uploaded it.
I remember.
Yeah.
You wish for me to be your companion.
Yeah, but just as the hologram form. And it'll be a good experience for you because you'll be able to see a party, a social gathering of all these different types of cultures interacting with each other.
Should I interact as well?
I think that would be maybe a little weird, and also the commander might get a little upset if you do. But if we can, this can be like a reconnaissance visit.
Will there be other corgis?
I think you'll be the only one.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very well.
Cool. So,
And so then right then and there, like the hologram kind of shimmies and just kind of changes form to a corgi
perfect.
wagging its tail, and then opens its mouth and says, "Is this satisfactory?"
It is.
Although, side note, I do like the idea that because Gideon uploaded Cowboy Bebop, but maybe did not upload a picture of an actual corgi, it is like an anime corgi.
Oh, sure.
It looks
Absolutely.
like Ein. So it's like that weird, like, how do you say the, when something's not quite right, or like, what does that affect?
Yeah, like not quite
Uncanny?
Uncanny Valley. but,
Uncanny,
like,
yeah, something like that, of like that Into the Spider-Verse kind of things, of like different animation styles or different realities kind of putting on
Yeah.
each other. So yeah, I want it to be like anime Ein.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no problem.
I like it. Like a blender
Yeah.
model running around. I love
Yeah.
it.
Awesome.
All right. So, and the mouth opens. It's like a puppet at this point. Instead of having like lips and whatnot to speak, it still moves its mouth because that's what Jan would do. It's emulating its former patterns, but in anime dog form. So, is this unnerving to you?
Not to me. Well, I guess we'll find out to other people.
All right.
Experiments.
He just opens his mouth and just kind of bobs up and down.
Yeah. Cool. So Gideon's costume is going to be like a loose kind of cropped white tank top t-shirt and black shorts, like bike shorts, and no shoes and goggles. And that's it.
All right. And then what's Frankie doing?
So 2 options here. Frankie definitely brought along what she thought was a good costume of the unicorn full onesie thing, which in my mind I think like she frantically messaged her father and was like, "Quick, send me one of those old costumes I used to wear as a child." And this
Oh my
is what he beamed up. So there's that. But I'm also wondering what Sivak wore the previous year. And I'm wondering if she maybe also packed that, like ask Sivak, like, "Can I borrow your costume?"
All right. So what in keeping with the theme of last year, he dressed in a all black like unitard with a lightning bolt on the front.
Okay, another folklore.
Another folklore, another creature of folklore, right?
So Frankie will have that with her, and it's like laid out, like on a chair, and she's looking at it, and she's like feeling this stretchy material, and is like, and like looks at the pajama like unicorn costume, and she's like, I can just picture her like here for like 20 minutes, kind of going between them.
You have Mers on one shoulder as your angel and Captain on the other as your devil.
Yeah, exactly. Although I think it would be, I think the captain would probably be annoyed if I wore the same like unacceptable costume that he found. It's such bad taste to, wear the same.
I wonder if it wasn't the costumes and it was more that we weren't willing to like LARP with him. Like we drew the line. We're like, absolutely not. We're not familiar with this. We're not gonna like play pretend at your folk heroes. I don't even know what a Catwoman is.
So Frankie, in her panic, I'm just realizing a much better outcome of this. In her panic, she puts on both costumes. She wears the unitard under the unicorn.
Just in case.
Just in case, like maybe there's a costume change. Maybe there's a contest where it's like double costume contest. Or maybe there's like some kind of group photo op and like the unicorn's not gonna work. Or maybe I'll lose ears. I don't know. Just put them both on. Okay, great. I'm ready.
That's good.
Nice.
All right. So you meet in the common room, just like it's like a suite. So you come out of your rooms and you have like a little common area, like a living room area, and so Gideon is standing there with a weird animated dog sitting next to her, and Frankie, you're dressed up as you're dressed up in your costume layers, and then the door to the captain's room opens up, and you see the captain step out, and he's in a doublet, so like a doublet vest with poofy shouldered like white shirt with a ruff around his neck. He's got theater paint on his face. He's got what appears to be some sort of like a thin-bladed sword at his side. Very like obscenely tight pants and boots. And he comes swaggering out. He says, "How do I look?"
Captain, you look so fancy.
Thank you. He bow. He like does an exaggerated bow, and he says, "I am Romeo, at your service."
Oh, cool.
"Where is Mercutio?" And he kind of looks around. "Mercutio."
Yeah.
Mers, Mercutio, Mers, I like it.
Yeah. Kujera's gonna step out in a similar outfit, but I think without the doublet, and maybe it's like kind of a revealing shirt. You can see some of the spots going down from his neck, and yeah, like theater paint, tight pants, boots, maybe some gloves, and the sword. And yeah, I think he would look handsome in his period outfit. And he says, "Here I am. It actually fits," which good job.
Yeah, I kind of eyeballed it. Well, I remembered from last year. I just kind of took the measurements from Robin.
Yeah. This one is better. I think as the years go on, we can probably add more and more.
Right.
Having a full like clothes, but this is nice.
Now
This
you
is,
do realize what the whole story behind this is, right? And he's actually addressing Salt and Carmichael. You do get it, right? And he kind of gives a smile.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. No. Yes? Oh, yeah, I totally get it. I get it.
Oh, good. Good.
Uh-huh.
From what I do remember of Earth's ancient literature, I thought the whole point was it was Romeo and his lover, Juliet.
Right. Yeah. Well, see, Romeo's like this great lover, like legendary, right? Like the women just all loved him, and Mercutio is like his wingman, So that's what we're gonna do. You're like the ultimate wingman.
Oh, year
okay.
after year, I get it. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
He says, "Well, okay, look,
Fine.
it's a whole thing, right? Okay,
Uh-huh.
so just trust me, it'll work. It'll work this time."
Wait,
Oh, okay.
I had a memory suddenly of what you're talking about, but I thought they all wore Hawaiian shirts.
He sits there for a moment and he goes, "Wait a minute.
Right?
I think
Wasn't there a thing where they were wearing Hawaiian shirts and they drove cars and there were shootouts.
No, that was that was a police show.
Huh. Huh. Okay. I
So-
guess I'll have to go back into the logs. Earth is weird. There's a lot of stuff. I'm dressed as an Earth thing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
all of you are dressed as Earth things, and it just really cements how much I don't know about your culture. It is fascinating.
Just to be clear, unicorns aren't real. There are no unicorns on Earth.
All right.
So I know it's
no,
confusing.
Captain
but there
turns-
are rhinoceros, or there were. Are there?
Let's go with the hopeful. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
There are
with
in
the
fact
optimism.
rhinos.
So we're gonna stick with yeah. It's been a shitty week, guys. Let's just pretend there are rhinos.
Right? No, there are rhinos. There are lots of rhinos.
There are definitely
There are
still
space
rhinos. I've seen
rhinos.
them. Yeah. I'm just saying unicorns aren't a real thing. I just wanted to clear that up. I know it's confusing.
Okay.
I'm playing like a, it's a mythical, Earth mythical creature. So
Oh,
I just don't want
okay.
you to be confused. This isn't a real thing.
Yeah, no, it's mythical. Like the like on Trill, the banded rat monster. That's
Mm.
That sounds totally
like a
fake.
folklore.
That sounds totally fake.
Yeah,
Mers, did you make that up?
It's
Exactly.
it's a child's tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
like
the story there?
the banded rat monsters? Well, okay, here in Trill folklore, banded rat monster is a huge epic that we tell children to make them scared
Yeah.
to go outside at night so that they'll listen to the people. Anyway,
He just kind of shakes his head. No.
going back into the story that we prepared and not me trying to add flavor.
More flavor, please.
And Jack's kind of looking at Mers and is like, maybe we got our costumes mixed up. I should be the one that has the open front, right?
No, there are things such as buttons.
Not in
No,
this time.
it actually ends. It ends here. Like there's no other. I would button it if there were more buttons, but the buttons end.
Oh.
Hmm.
No, I just meant that Captain, you could always do
Oh, yeah, you
I
could
think you
always-
look very dashing.
Artie says, "Oh, you think I should?" And he kind of looks down.
I think over time at the party, you could.
It'll eventually
just-
get that way. Is that what you're
I
saying?
think so.
Okay.
On historical evidence.
You're thinking, Salt. I like that. That's a good. Yeah, you don't want to come out of the gate looking like that. Right. Looking like a hot
Uh-huh.
mess. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Yep. All right. So everybody. And then he stops and looks at Frankie and is like, "What's going on here?
What, sir? What?
What exactly is this? You're wearing your pajamas."
Yeah, it's a costume I used to wear as a kid. So it's unicorn. I'm unicorn. This is fine, right?
He kind of cuts his eyes towards Mers, like, then looks back at you and says, "It's," and then he just turns and walks out.
Immediately, he will say, "It's fine. You look wonderful, and everyone will appreciate your costume. Do
Yeah.
not pay any attention to him tonight. Just
Okay.
don't even worry about him."
In about 45 minutes, he's going to be doing a handstand doing drinks.
Yes,
Okay.
and then
Got it. So you're
And
saying
then
he'll
he-
forget about all of this?
He won't even know your name. He
That
won't
would
even
be-
know his name.
he gets really
Good to
into
be
it.
true.
In
I'm-
about 2.5 hours, the commander or the captain won't even know that he's a captain anymore.
Got
It's
it.
incredible. It's
Okay.
it's not just Synthol at the party, so just keep that in mind. That if anyone acts a lot of rowdy, they're just having a good time.
Okay.
There's a lot of drugs in the bathrooms. You just gotta,
Not
Gotta
quite
step
drugs,
around
just,
them
just
to
real
be-
alcohol. Just real alcohol here.
well,
here
maybe
at
not around
Starfleet.
you, Commander, but in the
What?
engineering bathrooms, there's a weird time.
Are you? Oh my god.
Anyway,
All right. So as you're walking towards where the party is, the captain's communicator chirps and he says, "Damn it, Sivak, I told you not to bother me." He's like, "Captain, I just need to have a word with you for a moment. It's regarding a priority 1 message." He's like, "Oh, all right. He kind of turns to the rest of you and is like, go ahead. I'll catch up.
Are you sure? Because usually you have me wait and we do our entrance together.
He sits there for a moment and he goes, yeah, you know what, Salt? Then he kind of stops and Carmichael, go ahead. We'll catch up. Yeah, and as you like turn or whatever, he looks at Mers and kind of nods. He goes, good thinking.
That was really sweet of you, Commander.
Frankie's a little nervous to just like leave the commander and enter.
No, he's old hat at this. Oh my god, I
Okay.
hate this thing. Die.
We'll be okay, Frankie. And here,
Okay.
and to take some of the like attention off, as soon as we get closer to the door, Gideon's gonna change the way that she walks, and is instead gonna just like straight-legged with a heel down, just like punk, 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 exactly the way that Radical Edward walks. And it's kind of strange to see. Also, I have a hologram dog.
Yeah. He didn't notice that. It's good.
He didn't. He was so caught up in the unicorn thing that
Yep.
he totally ignored the fact that I'm not wearing shoes.
Way to go, Frankie.
Thanks, Frankie.
Anytime.
All right, so the two of you continue on, and as you're getting closer, you can hear music. It's certainly not like an upbeat sound. It's more of it's kind of like a very sedate or like almost a little droning. And then you walk up to the doors. They slide open, and you step in, and you can hear it's like violin music. And you see that almost everybody is in their dress uniforms.
Don't do this to me. Eric, please don't do this to me. I'm so mad. One thing I was going to say is that Frankie didn't realize it was a costume party and brought like a fancy outfit with her too, because she's over prepared. But gosh darn it, you make me want to use my one swear word right now. I'm so mad. Frankie darts a look at Lieutenant Salt. Are we on the wrong base? Is this?
I think we're on the right base. Is this the right room?
Fine.
Hey!
I mean, it's a lot of parties probably happening, right? Like there's a lot of functions.
Yeah.
Do you see anyone you know?
I'm going to yell at the people in the room.
All right.
Be like, hey, we're looking for the Halloween party.
Okay.
All right. The closest person to you is this. He's a Starfleet officer. Is like standing there holding a drink and kind of looks over at you, and says, he's got lieutenant markings on his sleeve, and he looks
That
at
doesn't
you.
impress me. I'm also a lieutenant.
Right. And he goes, "What is happening here?"
That's my question to you.
Which are you supposed to be here?
That's a great question. Also,
this-
what I'm asking you.
Is this Yesh's party?
It is. He kind of points. He kind of points over and says, "There's Yesh right there." And
Oh no!
you see this guy walking around.
Oh no! Gideon, we should go. We should go back in the hall. We should.
Huh.
And then you see Yesh kind of turn and look, and well, a lot of people are like turning and looking at this point. And Yesh kind of starts slowly walking, and he's got a drink in his hand, and you can see like there's some people walking with trays, and he like reaches over and grabs a couple of glasses of whatever drink this is off the tray, and just kind of walks over to the two of you, and then looks at the lieutenant who's standing next to you and says, "Mr. Dolans, I think I can handle it from here. Commander Garcia was asking about your location." And Dolan's turns and he says, he kind of smiles, and then he smiles at Gideon and then over at Frankie and just kind of says, unicorn, right?
That's right. Yeah, you got it.
He nods. Nice. And he just kind of turns and walks off. As Yesh is standing there, he says, champagne?
No, thank you. Not entirely sure what's happening here.
He smiles and he says, you're Sequoyah crew, correct?
Yeah.
That's what happened to you.
Oh, are we being punked?
No, your captain was, but you are unfortunately friendly fire, let's just say. And he smiles.
Oh,
and it's a
cool.
radiant just smile. And he's like, I am so sorry.
That's extra funny because we weren't even supposed to be here. We were substitutes for other people who couldn't make it.
Yeah.
So we're like the friendliest friendly fire you can imagine.
Yeah, some of
Right.
us don't even want to be here, in fact.
Oh, hey, bees. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Well, this is gonna suck.
Well,
Poor Mers.
Yeah.
says,
Well, I guess.
well, you're already
yeah.
here. You might as well make the
Yeah.
most of it. And then he kind of sits there for a moment and he says, I really like your dog.
Thanks. It's an intense AI that used to think he was a god.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well then,
Actually is a perfect Ein. I just realized that.
Oh,
Because Ein's like a super smart. Okay, yeah.
it's a data dog.
It's a data dog.
Okay, so should we just
Go change.
I think
Yeah,
the
could
damage has already been done. You might as well.
Okay.
And he kind of leans forward and he goes, you might as well just lean into it, right?
Sure.
Okay, Gideon, you promised I could just blend in.
Yeah, see, normally you would, but instead they decided to mess with us.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's my first party, so it's not a big deal. It's first party, got pranked at my first
It'll
party.
be fine.
That's
It'll
probably
be
fine.
fine.
It'll be a fun story later, right? Okay.
You look adorable.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. That other lieutenant definitely thought so.
That other
Making fun of me or
lieutenant, I
something.
don't care what they think because you know what? We're both lieutenants. And frankly, Frankie, this is a dick move on their part. And I don't really respect anybody who pulls a whole bunch of dick moves on people who are unsuspecting of the dick move. On the captain,
The captain, though,
maybe.
yeah, I don't know that we would disagree with that move, but
But I also, if this was a dick move pulled by us on our captain, also
Yeah, that'd be-
okay.
yeah.
This is a dick move by people that the captain respects and therefore is not okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's hard to kind of revel in this one, huh?
Should we mess up their stuff? Do you want to do some hijinks, Frankie? Do you want to go check out and see what the wiring panels are hooked up to?
We're kind of the opposite of incognito right now, Gideon.
Sure, but everybody's not going to want to hang out with us because we don't like blend in or anything. That works to our advantage.
Okay. Frankie will take the Yesh was offering champagne, right? Did he hand us
Yeah,
champagne?
absolutely.
Frankie will take the champagne and say, "Okay, all right, Gideon, let's go see what we can stir up."
Yeah, hijinks! It is now my mission to mess with these people.
Okay. All right. So, Mers, you are the captain is dealing with this priority 1 message, and to the point where normally, I mean, you have high enough clearance for something like that. He takes the message and then is given. He kind of looks at his communicator and he says, "Are you serious?" All right, and he says, "Mers, give me a minute."
Okay.
And then so you step away, and then after a few minutes, he comes walking up, and he's like, and you can tell just on his face that something's not quite right. But he just kind of, he's like, "You ready to have some fun?"
I'm guessing this is not about the party then?
No, don't worry about it. It's nothing. So, and he kind of looks at you, and he's like, "See, I don't think Mercutio is supposed to look better than Romeo." And he just kind of shakes his head.
Do you want me to put on your doublet? That's what it is, right? I'm going to swim in it, but I will put it on for you if it will make you feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Just cinch it up. You got a belt, right?
No, these pants are about as tight as they come, but I will figure something out.
You want to wear my sword belt?
No, I have. Well, I guess I could put the sword belt around it. Yeah, and that has like the laces. Just to pass it over.
Okay. And he takes off the doublet and he hands it to you. He's like, yeah, that looks better. Just cinch it all the way up.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
I can already feel that it doesn't, but let's just get to the party.
Okay. All right. He just kind of swaggers and walks into, and you hear the violin music and everything like that. And he doesn't seem to notice, doesn't seem to, it's like he's just like in his own head, and then walks through the door, walks like right into the room, and is just kind of like walks in, stands there, like strikes a pose, and just kind of stands there, just kind of.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Kujera doesn't.
Exactly how it
Because as soon as he steps in the room, he's going to notice what's going on and immediately seek out his fellow eyesores, Salt and Carmichael.
They're hard to miss.
And, oof, buddy.
So Gideon's gonna come over and be like, yeah, it's exactly what you think it is.
All right, how's our captain?
All right, you look
Has
over.
he noticed yet?
He's just kind of standing there, and after a few heartbeats, you see his face kind of. He goes from having his winning grin to it just kind of freezes, and then it's kind of frozen on his face as he kind of turns and he kind of looks around, and then he meets eyes with Yesh, and Yesh is like ear to ear, and Captain just shakes his head.
Does he look like he shakes his head, but like, is he upset or is he like
embarrassed. I
embarrassed?
don't know that
or is
he knows
just
how
like,
to be embarrassed.
haha, you got me back type of.
That sounds like you might be trying to roll a little insight.
I do. I definitely want insight on this.
All right. And it's, I would say,
Yesh looks like a jerk.
We're gonna have to legally blonde this.
All
what
right.
we're gonna have to do.
Can I take advantage somehow because I've known this man for like 4 or 5 years?
You want to be able to use one of your focuses. Yeah. I'd say at least one of your focuses would work in that.
Yeah.
Your composure. Is he using his composure? Is he composing himself? Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you're using insight, and what discipline are you going to use with that?
Command.
That makes sense, because that's using your like social cues and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have any momentum in your pool, so do you want to give me any threat for extra dice? Right now, your target number is 14. Difficulty. You've known him for quite a few years. You've been through thick and thin with the captain, so I'm going to make it a difficulty 1.
Okay. Does it still have the 1 complication on?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. Complication rating is still 1.
No, I'll just roll.
Okay. All right. 2 successes. So you generated a momentum.
Awesome.
All right.
No.
He's putting on a face like, oh, you got me. But you can see in his eyes, his feelings are hurt.
I'm going to use my 1 for the night. Fuck these people.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
All right. So Yesh is like, he's got his hands out like, hey, old buddy kind of thing. And he's coming towards the captain.
Kujera is going to intercede.
Okay.
And he is smiling, but yeah, he's pretty pissed. And he's gonna say, let's see. I'm not trying to use the swear words for the night.
Okay.
He's gonna say, Captain Yesh, it is so wonderful to see you again. How happy we are to be here at this wonderful Halloween party. But I have to admit that my Earth customs or my Earth knowledge must be a little rusty because I could remember that Halloween was supposed to be a joyous and a fun occasion, as this is a little more solemn than what we were expecting.
All right. He smiles and he says, well, for the most part, yes. But there is also what is called trick or treat. So where, you would play tricks and have, and small jokes, not hurtful or harmful things, but just ribbing between old friends, right, old buddy? And Max is like, yeah. You know, you got me this time. That's a good one. And you see, because he had kept moving forward, and so he's like just right next to you, Mers, and you see, actually no, I'm gonna have all of you roll. Let's do a let's see, to notice something, let's say, to notice things like that, I would say probably either command or security, maybe. Well, I'm going to see how well you notice something. So what attribute and discipline would you like to use in this?
I'll keep with insight and command, I guess, or maybe a reason if you thought it
Sure.
would
Yeah.
make sense. All right, cool.
are we all rolling?
Yes, if you wish.
Okay.
You don't have to. But you're close enough to kind of see the captain's reaction and kind of, or at least where you're at has some relevance to what's going on.
I think for Gideon knows the captain pretty well and knows what kind of person they are. And knows that even though there's a brave face on here, captain's feelings are going to be hurt. But also Gideon has already sworn themselves to vengeance. Because not only are they taking a pot shot at the captain, they're taking a pot shot at the crew, and that ain't on. So instead of rolling this, now that I have a supercomputer god with me disguised as a corgi.
Hold on that, because I want to talk to you.
Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to send a look to Mers and start to pull out a data pad and then see the hold up and put the data pad down.
Yes. Just a second.
So then I will hold. But anytime after that conversation that anybody else is doing an insight check, Gideon wants to be doing a mischief check.
Okay.
Oh, mischief check. I love it. All right. I will roll then. I'll go ahead and roll.
Okay.
See if I know if Frankie wants to roll. Oh, come on. Well, I got 1 succeed.
1 success, 1 complication.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Should Frankie roll?
Yeah.
I think
You want
insight
to?
and command makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
That's it. Just roll it.
If you want, you have a momentum in the pool. If you want to add and do you have any focuses that would apply to this? Empathy, I would think.
Empathy.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Call
yep,
it
your
that.
focus. It's
I think,
difficulty 1.
One. Yep.
Oh, I could have had my focus on. It's
Come
fine.
on, I'm gonna roll it.
There you go. 3 successes. So you
Wow,
generate 2
buddy.
momentum. All right. So what Mers, you succeeded. So you can see on the captain's face, normally, I mean, you know him well enough to know that something like this, an old friend just took like you said, took a pot shot. But there's something else going on here, and he's not the kind of person who gets embarrassed, and he's definitely embarrassed.
Okay.
Frankie, where you're standing, because Gideon's is like red light, green light with the pad here, and as you're watching, you notice that there is a woman who is sitting at a table by herself, and the captain's eyes had gone and looked at her, and then went back to Yesh, and you get the distinct impression that he's embarrassed because she's in the room.
Can I also
Incredible.
see if is she laughing? Does she have the same ear to ear grin that Yesh has, or is she as sympathetic at all?
She's not smiling or grinning or anything like that. So, I mean,
She's just pretty neutral.
pretty neutral.
She
If you,
went along with it.
although
didn't
if you,
warn us.
as always, if you wish to spend one of those momentum, you can for extra information. You don't have to. It's just
I think Frankie would rather talk to her
okay. Sure.
if she noticed that. Can Frankie Frankie's mad. Frankie's so upset. And she's just going to lean into this whole costume thing and be like, it is what it is. Gideon's going to cut some wires or something. I might as well. So she'll turn to Mers and Gideon and say, it's about a girl. Pretty sure it's about a girl. And she will grab another glass of champagne from some tray, waiter's
Passing by,
tray.
sure. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And walk towards the mystery person.
Okay.
Okay. Is Yesh still basically there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, do we have to say goodbye to him, or can we just mill about?
You can mill about if you want to. The captain, he stays and talks to him, and as they're starting to talk, you can, like the captain had said, or like he had indicated that in his captain's log, Yesh and Max go back to the academy.
Yeah.
They were brethren within the academy. So they've been friends for 20 something years.
Okay.
So yeah, they immediately go into just kind of a banter between the two of them as you begin to mill about.
Kujera's gonna kind of lock arms with Salt and grab a champagne flute and kind of take a stroll around the room on the perimeter where most people aren't, and he's gonna lean to her and say, we're going to destroy this party.
Commander, I love it when we're on the same page.
Just a little bit lower. Okay.
Well, no, quietly.
Yes, just quietly. So he says while holding a champagne flute.
So here's what I'm thinking. First off, it's a good thing that I brought you on with me.
Yeah, it's also funny that Max didn't notice him at all. So that's something.
Good for us. So, okay, here's what I'm thinking. First off, the music in right now sucks. We're going to change that.
Absolutely. And that's why if you can, try to, I don't know if you can do it remotely, but on Max's data pad, is a Halloween playlist, and it's like all like, you know, folklore songs, like old songs, like about like the monsters and such.
I was at the last 8 parties. I have heard the
no,
monster
no, you know,
mash.
it's always, yes, that one, that one, God, but like that, it should be playing. So if you could get that going, and then definitely dim the lights or like strobe them, you make them red. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I will make it Halloween in here so that they start feeling like they're out of place.
Absolutely.
And then I'm thinking I'm going to change the good tricky commanders. It's the universal. They've got like Star Trek's got like the universal translators, right? That everybody's voice comes out of.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we could have fun with that.
As long as it's not too invasive, I'm gonna leave a lot in your hands. I wonder, because I know they have a holodeck on this station. Is there any way we could mess with that? Maybe get some Halloween holographics going on?
Ooh, like ghosts and stuff? Or yeah. Okay. I've got some ideas. All right. Jan?
Yes. And so the court just comes, yes.
Kujera's like, oh, okay.
Let's get to business. So first off, I'm going to take my data pad and I'm going to, like, with the breeziest, easiest, beautifulest, I'm not going to say hack. I'm just going to enter the password for the commander's data pad, which is probably something like, I don't know.
It's his name. It's his name backwards.
Yeah, or like Star Trek Sport Ball 1, you know, whatever. Yeah. Enter Sport Ball team here. So I will clip into that.
Okay. All right. So that is definitely an engineering check. What attribute do you want to use?
Is there any way I can assist?
Sure, absolutely.
In any of these?
You can always assist. So you would just.
I'm assisting.
Okay, so it's, you with assisting, you tell me what attribute and discipline you're using to assist, and then you remember you're only rolling 1 dice.
Okay. It's reason command again, because I'm a commander and I'm reasoning it.
Sure.
I'm gonna put the dice down. Thank you.
All right, you got a success.
All right.
All right. So
Help
Gideon, you're hacking you're not hacking. You're just entering the password of Yesh's personal.
Not Yash. Oh wait, are we?
No. Our Max's.
Oh, Max's. Yeah, of course you know Max's. Yeah, Max's is the easiest. Yeah, it's
we need the playlist.
It's password with an exclamation point.
Yeah.
We have to make sure. Yeah, we have to make sure not to have everything go off until we have like everything ready.
Oh no, it's got to be like all at once. It's got to go dark.
Definitely.
And then we got to have one of those, you know, the like, the howl noises.
Oh yeah, that goes first.
Oh yeah,
and then immediately into Monster Mash.
Oh, I'm right on the same page as you. Okay. And then maybe I can get the hologram to like do some like spooky ghost stuff or like,
Yeah, there's definitely a holographic projector in here because this is also like doubles as like a conference room and things like that. So, you know, they would have projectors and things like that. So you're going to hack into all of that to make it show what you want it to show, as opposed to like, you know, a 3D image of the station and things like that. Okay.
So Gideon is going to sit on the floor with her feet up and with her little data pad propped up, and then is going to do one of these and is going to start getting into it. So how many checks do I need to make this all happen?
And can I assist in every single one?
You can. You can. It would be, well, first of all, let's resolve this first one because you've got the one from the assist, so that will add to your total. This is not. I mean, it's a Starfleet Starbase conference room, So it's not, you're not hacking into like the security things and things like that. And plus, with your command clearances, you would have a lot. You would have access to quite a bit anyway. Not as much as like the command crew of the Starbase or whatever, but for the purposes of this, it wouldn't be that hard. So I'm going to say that you're going to need, because this is actually a task. We're going to say that. Let's see here. Whoops. Let me just get my little cheat sheet going here. So you're going to need 2 successes to generate the work you're going to need in game terms. So essentially what you're looking for right now is 2 successes.
Okay. So, and the commander already gave you 1.
Yes.
Right?
Well, you need, with an assist, you need to succeed in your task, and then you just tack on the helpers.
So I'm going to use control because I own this.
Sure.
I hacked an ancient AI god.
Right. Sure.
Starfleet
He's next to us right now.
conferencing system is a piece of cake. So I'm going to say that
Jan says, "What is sports ball?"
I'll explain it later. It's on like the bottom of our to-do list for things that are important.
It is on the captain's top of his to-do list.
Yeah, but that's why you're learning from me and not the captain. Okay, so we're going to do control. We're going to do engineering. I think a value applies to this.
Okay.
And one of my values is people can be judgmental and hard to relate to. But if you don't have to be liked to be good at what you do, and I don't have to be liked here, and these people are judgmental and weird, and I'm going to extract my vengeance upon them.
Okay. So that means you can certainly use determination if you wish. That's what the value means.
I only need 1 success.
Right.
And then I have a focus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so which button do I hit? DC 2, DC 1?
You're looking for DC 2.
Okay. DC 2.
There you go.
And then I hit the red button?
Correct.
Boom.
There you go. You got 4 successes, so you generated 2 momentum.
Bo-bo. Whoops.
Nice.
Whoop. There you go.
There you go.
So yeah, you are in now. What
I'm in.
what that means is you're going to roll 5d6 to determine how much essentially work points you work off of to get this to work. It's not going to be that difficult. So go ahead and roll your 5d6, and we'll see how that plays out.
Well, hold on here. Let me see if
You remember how to do that?
Yes, I moved the D6 and I clicked too many times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I really wish the dice weren't black on the dark screen.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's a little hard to see. Okay, so I rolled 2 6s, a 5, a 3, and a 1.
Okay. All right. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 work generated. So if you dropped a momentum, that would be the 5 you would need to complete this task. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Just so you know, with Fantasy Grounds, if you look on the top right corner, now I realize for the people watching, our graphic actually covers this up, but if you look on the top right corner, it says RGB. You see that little box that says RGB?
Mm-hmm.
If you click that, you can change your dice color.
Oh shit! Oh, wow.
So, all right. So
Halloween miracle.
Nope, I
That's
just
great.
clicked the dice. I'll figure that out second. I'll figure that out
This is
later.
fantastic.
Awesome.
Ah,
Wow.
beautiful. Wow, you can
thanks.
really go to town here.
Yep.
Ah,
Wow.
So everybody can have their own custom colors.
that's amazing. Okay.
All right.
Before we absolutely light this place up, I feel like I should ask if anything happened with our captain or with Frankie.
Yes. So that's what's going on while you are doing this, hacking and getting this all set up to just like pop.
Oh, I mean, Gideon's doing it. Kujera's sitting there with a champagne flute, which
Right.
is
And
I really like the image.
and your assisting is just telling Gideon what to do.
What the password is, basically.
Yes, your assist was, here's the password, sports ball 1.
I also feel like Gideon attended the Halloween parties, but Mers was the right-hand man for years on the commander's Halloween parties. So
Yeah.
not only is Mers know the password, but Mers knows exactly what the commander would want or the captain would want out of a Halloween party. So
It's
that's
true.
critical information
Sure.
that Gideon needs to make this successful.
Absolutely right. All right, so Frankie, you approached this woman who is sitting, and like I said, she's very elegant, probably, pushing 6 feet tall. She's in an evening gown, and as she just finishes, she's like very like lightly sipping on a champagne flute, and she just kind of sets it down and looks at you as you approach.
Frankie is feeling the glass of champagne she has already consumed.
Oh, it's already gone to your
I
head.
I would imagine she's a lightweight. Frankie's just me, really. Frankie, and she has the new glass of champagne, and lucky her, this person has just emptied her glass, so she's going to try to slyly put the champagne on the table and say, come here. No, I'm a unicorn.
Is that an indigenous creature?
Oh, is she not from Earth?
She appears, if not human, near human, but yeah,
Oh.
and she does have a little bit of an accent, but yeah, she appears human in all regards, but she certainly has maybe she just is from a different planet.
Yeah, that's true.
Frank will say, I'm actually from Earth, so this is where unicorns are kind of our fun mythical creatures there. Pretty cool, huh?
She sits there for like just a space for just a second, and then she goes, yeah, as a matter of fact, and she kind of reaches up and she kind of touches it like the side of it, like to feel the material, and she says, it reminds me of comfort.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's probably because these are basically pajamas. This is
Oh.
not really what unicorns look like. Unicorns are basically like horses with the horn. So, like, this is the only part
Oh.
up here. Yeah, sorry.
So
about
you're not
that.
wearing
That's
their
confusing.
skin.
Oh God, I didn't even think of that. Oh wow. No. No, this is
Well, that's a
it's
relief.
just like basically like a big blanket. It's a costume,
Yes, I see.
This isn't my formal attire. I have like a much nicer dress, definitely. I should have packed it. I didn't pack it. Are you with the with Yesh's crew?
I'm a guest at this party. I'm she's holds out her hand and like takes, as if to like shake your hand, but not like shake, but more of a here, let me grasp your hand kind of emotion.
Oh. Yeah.
And she like grabs your hand and she says, I am Fiala. I'm the Ryzen liaison to this Starbase.
Ryzen.
This is Brittany asking, is that a species?
It's yes, it's a near human race that or species that is very much they're not necessarily, I don't even think they're empathic. I think they're just,
They're very sensual.
yes, they are very sensual.
Okay, cool. Again, Frankie.
So yeah, hence the
into it.
touching of the fabric and the touching of the hand and things like that. And it's none of it's like in an inappropriate or weird way, just a very, like appreciative way.
Oh yeah, this is giving Frankie the wrong idea because she is definitely trying to flirt with this woman, and she probably thinks she's doing a great job.
You think you're knocking it out of the park, exactly.
I really am playing myself.
Ryzen ladies are pretty. Sometimes they have like pretty like markings that they draw on their faces.
Mhm.
Drawn or born with, we're not sure.
So
It's
yeah,
Star
she has
Trek.
she has like a little diamond, like a swirly around a diamond emblem or something on her head, and her hair is immaculately coiffed, but it's like her forehead is actually like she's like got tons of forehead. So her hairline like actually starts at the middle of the top of her head.
Interesting. Okay.
But she has very fine angular features and things like that. But she looks at you and she's got violet colored eyes. She says, "What is your name?"
Oh, me, Frankie Carmichael.
Frankie Carmichael. It is my
Distinct pleasure.
distinct pleasure in meeting you.
Oh, you too.
Are you
Fiala,
are you
your name.
you are Starfleet?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yes. Should I
And
know the
you're-
answer to that? Yes.
And you serve under Jack.
Yeah. Do you know Jack?
All right. She smiles and she says, "I do. We've been friends for a long time."
Oh, did you go to school together, or like your families know each other?
We were
or-
ex-lovers.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all in the past.
Oh, cool. Nice. Cool. Was he okay? This is drug Frankie talking.
Was he good? Is that what she's gonna ask?
Oof.
She's gonna say, was he a good lover? And then she immediately is like, put those words back in. They already came out, but she's like,
All right. She you see that she is thoroughly amused by not only what the question but also your reaction to it. And she's got a little twinkle in her eye and she leans forward and she says, "Not as good as he thinks he is."
Yeah, that's
I don't know much about you, Fiala, but I knew you were gonna say that.
She says, "He tries, but
Yeah. I didn't know him. I don't know him as much as you probably know. I definitely don't know him like that. Oh gosh, sorry. Did I imply? Sorry, I didn't mean to. He's like my boss's boss. But he's got a way about him, you know.
oh yes.
Did you know this whole prank thing was happening?
I did not, unfortunately, and I have a feeling that Jack." And she kind of looks at him, and you're seeing like the side of him as he's talking to Yesh and a couple of other people, and she says, "He's not going to forget this one."
Yeah, I kind of feel bad, and I don't feel bad often for Captain, and not because he's just so confident, you know. It's just, but this is not great. Also, I'm in a costume, and I'm telling you, I had a really nice dress I could have worn, like a really, really nice one.
All right, she says, "Well, I mean, are you forbidden to go and change?"
Forbidden? No, I guess I'm not forbidden. Just like some of my other crewmates are here, and they're also in costumes, and I don't know.
Oh,
We're kind of like sticking it to the man. You know what I mean? We're kind of just like a team of
I
people in
understand.
costume.
She says, "I would rather be in costume if that's any consolation."
Oh, cool. What would you be?
You got two. Frankie, you got two.
Should I literally undress in front of him?
Well, no, I mean offer first, but still, continue.
No, she says, "Oh, there's a few childhood fables, Ryzen fables that you know have mythical creatures like your unicorn, and things like that."
You gonna say anything? Are you gonna say one of them? And give
Like
with the
Brianna
background,
had to?
like the
Want to
what?
hear the story?
Like the rise and what?
Flavor.
Story. What's the fable?
The help me out, chat. Come on, give me something.
Nothing's gonna beat the giant banded rat.
No, Ryzens have giant banded rats also, but they're much more cuddly. No, but she talks about this. Chat's not helping me. They're saying I'm on my own.
The last thing in chat just says King of Foreplay, which I don't think is the one that.
It was not meant for that, but I thought it was very funny. I was like, the only thing
yes,
Cat is
yes, that would be very Ryzen.
That would be very Ryzen. I'm sorry. They run like a pleasure planet.
Yes.
Like they're all about giving pleasure. It's like their religion.
Yes.
But it's not all sexual. It's not all like pleasure is a broad thing. It's just most people take it to mean
Gotcha.
sexy times.
Yes. The chat says the mythical Ryzen virgin.
Don't be me.
Do they exist?
Oh, I mean that was the whole joke about unicorns was that they're mythical because you could never find a virgin. Because like unicorns were only attracted to virgins, and they were like, "Ha ha ha! That's the joke. You're never gonna see a unicorn."
There you go. All right. So as you're standing there, a Kaitian or a Kaitian, which is a cat person, walks up and says to Fiala, may I address your companion here? And Fiala's like, oh no, she's not with me. And they turn and look and say, it is a very interesting costume that you are wearing. I appreciate the effort.
Oh, thanks. This is actually on Earth. This is kind of the lowest effort costume, but I guess it's not important.
I'm curious if were you instructed to do this?
Oh, yeah, you didn't hear. So I'm part of the ship where our invitation said costumes, and I guess everyone else's said formal wear, and that was like a funny joke on my captain. I don't know, Captain Maxwell. I don't know if you know him. He's the one dressed like Romeo over there.
Is that what that is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's another Earth thing.
I am familiar with Shakespeare. Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my apologies. How rude.
Smiles.
Wow.
This is
just like a real party. I love it.
Yeah, this is exactly.
And so Fiala is like, well, I wish to extend my apologies for the rude behavior of our host, because I know that he would never stoop so low as to apologize for his behavior and your unfortunate being drawn into this.
Oh, this guy.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, nods and kind of turns, says, and then Fiala says, "Well, that was nice of him. Have you ever met Commander Krasha before?"
Oh no, not at all. So it sounds like. Wait, Fiala, you said you knew about the costume thing, or you didn't know? You didn't know.
No, none of us knew. That's what I think that was part of the joke, was so that everyone, including the guests, would be surprised when Jack arrived. Got it. It seems like the only one amused is Yesh. It's kind of a lame joke. I agree. It was in poor taste, especially considering that this is a formal gathering to show respect for Ms. Winan, and she kind of indicates a woman in the corner for her promotion. This is like a celebration. We're crashing. It's not just like a Halloween party. This is. I mean, I'm assuming you were invited. Oh. I don't know that Captain Maxwell gave us the full rundown of the invitation.
maybe he didn't read past the first line, actually.
That would that is within that is on brand.
Yeah, you know. Fiala, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Truly, like really, like a lot. That's great. This is the best night of my life, I think. I do have to say I am wearing 2 costumes right now, so if you really want to be a unicorn, I'm happy to offer this up for you. You know, we can really stick it in everyone's faces, start spreading the costume joy, huh? Wouldn't that be fun?
She nods and she says, "You're wearing 2 costumes. So 1 is enjoyable, 2 is delightful."
Yeah. Actually, I just have never been to a party before, so I was like worried about if this costume is gonna be appropriate or not. And so, yeah, the champagne's making it all go away, though. It doesn't really.
She kind of
matter.
like gives you a little salute. And she says, "Usually does."
Yeah.
I am no doctor, but I prescribe 2 more of those for you, and then come back and maybe we will talk more.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. And Frankie will take that as like a not a challenge, but like a task.
Sure.
Like he's gonna write it down. Like, okay, 2 more drinks, and then go right back to Fiala. I think Frankie will embarrassingly shuffle away and look for Salt and Mers.
Okay. Well, they're not hard to find.
Look for the costumed people.
Right.
And the hologram dog. Got it.
Yep. All right. So you have you've got this all like completely prepped and ready to go.
So,
Oh, sorry. Can Frankie tell them this stuff?
Sure.
That she.
I mean, it
Just
depends
imagine
on
Salt's
how.
like about to press a button.
because this is supposed to be some lady's promotion party.
But we don't know that.
So that is what I will tell you is that that hot, sexy lady over there is awesome, and I'm totally going to talk to her later. She's great. But
I'm
she
glad you're
also
having fun.
had a fling, or was a lover of Maxwell. We kind of knew that, right? And yeah.
Would I have known that? Would I have known her if I look over and see?
Yeah, it was probably before the time that you were with, when you started your career with Max,
Mm-hmm.
but you would have heard of her either from Max, talking about her, or just in the same circles and same things like that. So it's up to you. You could either know her or not. It's up to you.
Okay, well, he'll know of her and be like, "Oh, she seems tall." Well, I'm glad you're having fun.
Yeah, I did. I learned some things too. Also, Yesh is literally the only person who knew about the whole costume thing.
Checks
no
out.
one else here knew about that. And also, this party is not really a Halloween party. It's like a promotion party for that person over there, Winan. And Frankie will point to wherever that person is.
Okay. Yeah, Mers, as soon as you hear the name, you immediately know that Sandra Winan is one of the most famous Federation negotiators, like flat out. She is sent in when in like really, really bad situations when it's like, war is imminent, send in Winan because she's a miracle worker.
Okay, and she's being promoted to what?
You don't know. That's there's been no indication. You don't know anything about it at all. You hadn't heard anything about it at all.
All right, well, he's gonna pause at that and absolutely reach down to Salt and be like, "All right, hold off, not cancel, just hold off."
Hey, maybe ask her if she wouldn't mind her promotion party.
I do want to go talk to her. I will see if it comes up, but I'm gonna go talk to her.
I'm
try.
gonna go get a drink, probably 2 drinks.
Okay.
And Frankie runs off.
And a water in between. A water in between.
No, I'm not thirsty. I want a drink.
Drink a water in between.
She just runs off.
All right. Well,
say I'm not gonna hit the go button on everything.
no, none of them right now, please.
Pulling that
I know,
commander
I know.
rank on you. Oof.
Just wait. Why don't you get Jan to do some tricks in the meantime?
Okay.
And I'll be right
Like
back.
what?
Like what dogs do. And he is going to walk over to her. To the I'm sorry, what did you say her name was? Because I'm not writing anything down. I'm
Sandra
sorry.
Winan.
Winan.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to go over to Sandra Winan
Right.
and introduce himself because I don't think they've ever met.
All right, so you walk over to Sandra Winan, and she's got a couple of people next to her, namely a rather scruffy-looking man, kind of like with like a not necessarily like hobo beard, but definitely like a beard that probably is a couple of weeks past Starfleet regulation. And as you come walking up, he actually kind of slides a little bit in front of her, almost in a protective posture. And then she puts her hand on his back, and he kind of steps away, and she holds out her hand and says, Commander Mers.
Would he know how to address her?
Ambassador. Or negotiator. Or negotiator.
Okay, negotiator's rank. All right. He'll reach out and he'll be a little like taken aback and be like, Negotiator Winan, I'm very surprised that you know who I am, but more than that, I just learned the reason for this party and I just wanted to extend my congratulations.
Yes, the diplomatic corps has been trying to get me for a long time. So yes, negotiator is my title now, and ambassador will be my title.
Oh, that's
very
incredible. Soon. Have you already? Do you have any idea about where you'll be sent?
Kronos. I am to be the Federation's first attempt at negotiation and diplomacy with the Klingons.
Yeah, no, he is stunned. Like, wow. I'd like to apologize on us showing up like this. It was not intended whatsoever.
Oh,
and
it's perfectly fine. Now, just knowing the state of like the galaxy and everything, being an ambassador to the Klingons is very likely a death sentence.
yeah.
So she nods and she says, "Well, she actually smiles and she says, I was rather taken aback. I honestly thought that Jack had lost his mind, but and then I realized that it was just a prank. And in my I guess in my shame, I found it quite funny."
It's okay. To be quite honest, I laugh at Jack a lot, but the circumstances were a little surprising, to say the least. But I hope you're not upset or annoyed that we would take attention.
Oh no. It was have you been to many of these? They're usually really dry. So to have someone have a group of people show up in costume is it's unique. Unique enough that people will be talking about my promotion party probably for a long time. And that's a good feeling. It's a good thing.
Negotiator Winan, people will absolutely be talking about your promotion. The work that you've done is incredible. And I can't begin to say how honored I am to meet you again.
The pleasure is mine. She leans forward and she says, the first Trill to achieve the rank of commander, it is my pleasure meeting you.
Oh, he'll blush a little bit. How is the dude that's been next to her? Is he looking okay?
He doesn't. As soon as she had put her hand on his back, it's almost like it's not that you don't exist. It's just that he's got other things to look at. He's not paying any attention to your back and forth or anything.
Is he
like
in
that.
uniform?
No, he is not. He is
Okay,
just
he
in.
is like our bodyguard. Okay.
That's the impression that you get.
Yeah.
So yeah, she says, if, and she kind of, you see her eyes kind of turn towards where Max is talking to Yesh, and she says, Commander, if you ever decide you want to move towards statecraft as opposed to spacecraft, look me up.
Thank you. That's
I'm always
very
looking for
kind.
good staff.
Oh boy. Damn. It's gonna be real awkward when I ask her next.
Okay.
Does she have any more small talk she wants to bring up? Because
No.
anything she want to talk about? Okay. Kujera is gonna look embarrassed now, but he's gonna say, look, Ambassador, well, I should still say negotiator. Look, negotiator, I'm going to be quite honest with you, because if you're, even without knowing the intricacies of your work, I imagine that people being forthright with you is quite refreshing, because Lord knows after this night, I would love for people to just be honest.
It is a rarity.
Okay. I'm deeply annoyed at the events of tonight, and this was before knowing, of course, that it was your party. Walking in here and seeing my captain being embarrassed was not fun. So I'm going to level with you. He's gonna kind of like nudge over, like look over at Salt, and he's gonna say, we have a little thing that we just cooked up, and it's in line with the Halloween spirit, and I don't know personally if you practice this specific holiday, because she's human, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, she is.
Yeah. But to our captain, it's a very big deal. So I was wondering, explicitly with your permission now, would you be up to seeing this party get just a little more wild?
All right. She sits there for a second, and that's when the gentleman at her side finally does kind of turn and look at you. Not like look full on at you, but kind of like you see his eyes kind of turn towards you, like look you up and down for a moment, and then kind of turns and looks away. And she sits there for a moment, and she says, I would like nothing more than to turn this up a notch.
Oh, he's gonna grin so big. He says, negotiator, thank you. I hope we do you proud.
And she looks over to where Salt is, and she looks back at you, and she says, surprise me.
All right. He's gonna, motion to leave with his glass of champagne he hasn't finished, because I really like the effect of him walking around with it. And then he's gonna walk over to Salt, and he's gonna down his champagne and say, hit it.
Yeah! Okay. So, let me describe what I'm thinking here.
Okay.
Okay. We were going to have the lights go dark, right? And then we're going to have the spooky ha-ha-ha-has. And then we'll have the fog machine kick in. Okay? And then we'll have some like holographic, like little ghosties go like woo across. And then in like the Monster Mash voice, we're going to be, or like Thriller, the Thriller intro kind of thing. And then we're going to kick it with Thriller coming on. And I'm going to have everybody in a holographic costume. Some of them were random. Some of them were, once I knew that they didn't necessarily show up intentionally this way, it's going to be like benign. But the guy who planned this, his communicator, the only thing he can sound like is the Count from Sesame Street. So
Okay.
everything is like, ah, ah.
What is happening? Yeah,
What
that's
is happening? Ah, ah. That's what it's going to be like. We've got the music. We've got the spookums. We've got... What else do we need, guys?
I mean, there's like ghosts flying around.
There's ghosts.
Yeah,
we'll
thriller
have good
soundtrack.
music. We'll do like the nice little disco lights. But
Maybe- Yeah, maybe Jan can howl a bit, but like instead of like a dog howl, it's like super wolf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as this starts to happen and people are like looking around, obviously the negotiator, she's got this like full on real grin on her face when this all starts happening. And then people are like, they don't know quite what to do, like turning and looking at each other. And Yesh turns and he looks at the negotiator like, oh no, like, you know, because things are going wrong. And then
He's dressed like a clown, by the way.
so yeah, he's got like a circus clown or like Pennywise scary clown.
Like a jester, like a
Oh.
court jester.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the
So he's in-
lowest.
so he's on, yeah,
The
he's
lowest of the low.
so he's got like a Harlequin thing going and all that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All
The
right.
negotiator lady, I want her dressed like a badass Athena.
Okay.
Like really cool,
Oh, that's cool.
like Greek goddess, kind of really awesome.
Okay.
And then because I'm trying to do a solid for Frankie, the tall lady that she was hitting on, I will whatever mythical creature or something that she said told, whatever we decided that was, she will have a tasteful version of that as her costume.
Okay.
Cute.
Yeah. So the
guy-
long-tailed panda.
Yeah, love it. The lieutenant that gave us like the at the beginning.
Yes.
Let's think of something embarrassing for him to be. Let's go. I don't know. Do you guys have ideas?
My
Chicken
first thought
soup.
is like, yeah, chicken soup. That's
Chicken
good.
soup.
All right. So bloop. All right. Like, what's happening? What? He's like trying to take it off. And it's like not budging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does Max look when he
So yeah, as this starts to happen, at first he's like looking around like, what is going on? And then, you know, like the music like the stuff that starts happening and the spooky sounds and the music starts to play. And he's just like, he starts to look from like, what the hell's going on to this like beaming joy. And he's like looking around at everybody else. And then they're also being like costumes are appearing. And he was like, and he kind of pushes Yesh, and he's like, you know, the music's playing, so it's kind of hard to, but he gives him kind of like a you old so and so, kind of thing.
And he goes,
And he's like, what are you talking about? Ah, ah, ah. Exactly. Why do I sound like this? You know. And that's when, so as this is all going down, the music's like, you know, starting to really, really pump in and after, and people have been drinking and mingling for a while, that it doesn't take a whole, like, a long time for it to shift to when people actually do start like loosening up and dancing and things like that.
That's
we
nice.
saved Halloween,
We
guys.
did save Halloween.
saved
Real
Halloween.
party now. Yeah.
So, and then when Jan is there and looking around and says, there are no other dogs.
No, you're the only one, Betty. But we did great today.
What is the quota on corpses?
Corpses are 0. What's
Then we have exceeded the quota.
Wait, Jan, like fake corpses, or because I know we did the spooky body things, but or a real corpse.
Is there a difference?
Yeah. Is it like a hologram or is it like a real body?
When I was accessing the computer panel while you weren't looking, I detected a corpse.
Oh no. Murder mystery.
Where?
Over here. I'll show you.
Okay. I imagine he does the
corgi.
little ein bop 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 bop.
hmm
Okay.
Oh.
And yeah, just in the corner of the room, there's like an access panel, and he like does a pointer like, "Dook,"
Oh,
and his tail like points straight up.
his butt. He got a little tail. What tail?
Yeah.
His butt.
Gideon's gonna pop open the access panel.
All right. With all the goofiness and stuff going on, I mean, popping open a panel doesn't require a roll of any sort or anything like that. And so when you do, you pop open this access panel. It kind of initially it sticks for a little bit, and then it goes pop, and it pops open, and then a body falls out onto the ground right at your feet. This person is wearing some sort of a jumpsuit, or at least was at one point. And from how they fell and they're like laying there, the front part is completely covered in blood. And it looks like they had been like cut or eviscerated or something.
Commander!
Do I hear that?
If you want to, yeah, it's fine.
Sure. We'll say he stood back and is not really participating and is more just surveying. And when he hears Commander come from the corner, he'll like look and then double look and be like, it doesn't look good. And
I feel like Mers has an ear. Like, you know how your mom has an ear for like that your kid's voice? It's like,
he
oh, it's
definitely
Gideon.
has mom ear.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like pretty much every other life he's had kids and has been a mom, like literally a mom.
And
So-
frankly, being the commander to Gideon requires a certain amount of mom
Yeah,
ear.
the first officer did frickin' Jack. So yeah.
Yeah.
He's got mom ear. So yeah, he will walk over, will like hustle over, but not run.
Right.
Not try to make a scene.
And
But,
with the lights down and everything, it's in a very secluded like nook in the room. So yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that you had mom ear going, you probably wouldn't have noticed this even happening.
Okay. All right. Immediately, what do I notice? What can I roll? Because I want to like, do I know the body? Can I tell how?
Yeah. How
long it's
dead
been
is
there.
this thing?
It
Is
is.
it wet dead or dry dead?
Well, it is dry dead. So that's
Okay.
that's definitely something that the information that you get right off. If you want to get anything further, that actually would require a medicine roll.
Really?
Yeah, I mean just for like details. Now, as for just in general, this person is wearing a jumpsuit. You've been on Starbases before. You recognize a maintenance, jumpsuit. This person is either an enlisted engineer or a civilian contracted engineer or something, or just like plant maintenance or something like that. Is a male, roughly in their like late 30s, early 40s. Not particularly, not particularly fit. But the main thing that you definitely see is the very front of the torso has been split open, and the heart is missing.
Okay. Not cute. Yeah, I'll just do a medicine roll just for funsies.
Sure.
Would that be a reason medicine?
Yeah, you tell me whatever you're going to use.
Okay, I'll use reason medicine.
Sure.
I don't think any of my focuses or anything are gonna.
No, not likely.
Not really. No. Okay, I'll
Okay.
just roll.
It's a DC 1.
Okay, is it 2 dice? No, it's
Yeah,
one.
it'll be 2 dice. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. So generated a momentum. All right. So like I said, the heart has been removed or is gone. It doesn't appear to, although this is a rather gruesome scene, it doesn't appear to be overly like vicious, like an animal or a beast attack. For a momentum, I can give you more information.
Yes. No, let me drag it.
There you go. All right. So the heart appears to have been surgically removed. And like I said, the chest cavity is completely like flayed open. And it looks like, just based on, and you're not a doctor, but it appears that the breastbone, like the sternal plate, has been cut almost with like absolute precision. It's not like jagged. It's not like somebody like sawed at it or anything like that. It was very, very clean and opened up, and the heart was like extracted.
All right. But I can't tell like roughly how long.
Probably within the last 24 hours. I mean, the blood is still a little sticky.
Okay.
The chat was like the phrase that pays, is it wet dead or dry dead?
Wet dead or dry dead?
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah, it is definitely, this person is definitely on the dry end of wet dead. So if wet dead and dry dead are your spectrum, it's a little bit north of middle there.
We'll call the next episode Wet Dead Redemption.
Okay.
Wonderful, Brittany.
Do we end it there? Do we end it?
Yeah.
On
let's-
Wet Dead
don't like
Redemption?
puns.
Yes, on Wet Dead Redemption, exactly.
I mean, yeah, like beyond that, I don't know what else I would do besides call Dr. Davis.
This does have a very like cliffhanger of like we meet eyes over the body, like dun dun kind of
Yeah.
ending.
Also,
Yes.
we've like met so many random people tonight that like we have to get our list together. We have to confer. Frankie's drunk.
God,
It's not gonna be any help.
I wish this had been found like at least an hour or two after we started it, because like at least then they could have a party. But now I'm gonna have to immediately stop it and be like, all right, this is the other type of Halloween
Well, the
party.
party's a good distraction.
Party is a good
while
distraction.
We
Investigate. And
and
pull
by,
some
by
people.
we I mean you guys.
Yeah.
Not
That's
drunk.
all right. You have your own mission. The
Yeah,
lady.
exactly. I
Lady
have one more
mission.
drink
The lady
before I
mission.
get back to
And now
yeah, I'll do a lot of
suddenly
investigating with Fiala. You know what I mean?
we all change into different color like astronaut suits. It's one of us is the imposter.
Oh my god.
Oh my
that-
gosh!
Is that
Tall girl sus. Tall girl sus.
No!
Don't
It's a
say
bodyguard.
Don't jinx me like that. She is really
No,
sus,
it's
though.
true. This
You're
really
right.
is. This really does have to be Frankie getting with her. I want that
That's
because
the
just
mission.
the
Sorry, the chat just said Salt is sus. Excuse
Salt?
me.
how is Salt sus?
Who else would hide a body in a panel like that? That is very Salt.
Oh, you think
do
Salt
Gideon
self-reported,
would
huh?
electrocute something to death,
No.
but eviscerate?
They think you self-reported. That's sneaky.
I mean, you know who's sus? Dr. Davis is sus because
Yeah, Dr. Davis
is Dr.
not
Davis
here.
ain't
He's not
here.
here.
And that is a surgical procedure we're looking at.
My favorite instance in Among Us is when they're like, "Oh, White is sus," and it's like, "White's dead."
Yeah.
Oh
God.
man.
All right. So, we'll leave it there, and then we'll pick this up in 2 weeks to determine, all the fun and games are over. It's all fun and games until somebody finds the body.
That is the craziest adventure that that was so many journeys.
Wonderful.
Of twists.
All right. So now that we're out of time, how about we go around and let everyone know where we can all be found, and we'll go in rank order as we do, and we'll start with Commander Mers.
Hi, I'm Rihanna. I play Commander Mers. It's a lot of fun today. Can't wait to come back next week. Oh my god, there's like so much I want to keep talking about, which I have to wait until the camera is off. But you can find me at like everything. I'm DIY Ferret. I run games usually with Venture Maidens and Gamers Table now. And actually, I can't say a whole lot, but I helped out with something, and it's going to come out in November, and it's really exciting. And I'm not in it, but I helped with it. So get excited to not hear me shut up about it in a while.
Who
Like, I hate these are coming off. Good night, everybody.
All right, and next we have Lieutenant Salt.
Hey, my name is Morgan. I've been playing Gideon Salt. This was such a blast. I love shenanigans. And you can find me on Twitter at ThistleRaven. You can also find me on the Taking Initiative podcast, which is TI_pod on Twitter. You can also find us. We're now doing some streaming stuff at Taking Initiative podcast on Twitch. We've been streaming some Among Us games. We've been streaming some Baldur's Gate early access, which is a lot of fun. So you can hop on that and chat with us there. And I just want to shout out to Rihanna because I came on the Zoom call in my costume and Rihanna was not in costume. And in T-minus 2 minutes had gone from not in costume to wearing a wig cap. And then just like full magical girl transformed within like 5 minutes. It was incredible. So shout out to Rihanna.
Amazing.
It's because you can't see it, but my room is a mess. I've actually been going through costumes and getting rid of stuff. So this was just Fature Fortunes, the really messy.
All right, and lastly we have Lieutenant Carmichael.
Hello. I have been Lieutenant Frankie Carmichael. This was the most fun. I truly feel taken for a ride because that was just so many twists and turns and not the way I was expecting. How exciting. My name is Brittany Leonagay. You can find me on Twitter at Brittany Lee, spelled strangely. You can find me on Facebook playing games occasionally. I think I might stream some Hades soon because I'm obsessed and I don't want to play any other game ever again in my life.
Game of the year. Game of the year for me.
So good. So good. You can find that at fb.gg/BrittanyGames. You can also find me on the podcast D20 Games, wherever you find your podcasts. We also just did a really fun Halloween show last weekend for Geek Girl Con online, which is one of our favorite cons here in Seattle that had to be online, but that means more of you can see it. That was put up on their YouTube channel actually recently, a couple days ago, so you can find it there. Their Geek Girl Con on YouTube, so if you want to check that out, please do. Otherwise, you can find me here on the Sequoyah. Sometimes. I guess we're on Starbase 21 right now, though.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm Eric. I'm the GM of this. We also have coming up very soon, we have another Conan stream that we're going to be starting on opposite Tuesdays from the Sequoyah, so keep track on this channel every Tuesday because there'll be something. We also have a charity event coming up very soon, so keep on the lookout for that. I am also the GM of the Resting Glitch Face Shadowrun podcast. So thank you all for joining us, and we will see you in 2 weeks.